Book 245. Good morning, good morning. Welcome back to Morning Motivation with Matthew Daniels, and today I'm going to tell you guys about the slave who predicted the Russian-Ukrainian war. That's right, the slave who predicted the Russian-Ukrainian war. But what is Matthew Daniels talking about? A long time ago, in what is called the antebellum South of the United States, a female slave was born with the ability to see the future. One of my ancestors, no less, lived on the plantation with her, and they have passed down directly to me from mouth to ear many of her prophecies and predictions. I was told that this woman would often go into a trance-like state, and while sitting there with her eyes closed, she would be shown things that have already happened in the past and also things that would happen in the future. I have written down many of these predictions in the records of my family history, which I have compiled over the years, and based on current world events, I now believe that one of her predictions is currently unfolding before our very eyes. I will relate to you exactly what she said in her trance, and I will then explain how this is happening right now as we speak. The woman said, "The mother of all humanity will be brought low before the nations of the earth." It was the mother who first taught mankind slavery, and so to right this wrong, the mother must be enslaved. Her children, who will not look, think, nor act like her children, will ravage her from west to east and from north to the south. This time period of the mother's judgment will last for thousands of years, and it will only end when the great bear, forged in ice and blood, shall rise up to break the backs of her children who shall persecute her. This great bear will know war and embrace battle, and it will be a war of this great bear that will be the sign that the end of the mother's judgment is near. Two leaders who are called by the same name, who are both the bear, yet one is not the bear, will fight a great war while the world watches. The great bear, which was forged in ice and blood, shall win this war, and then the judgment of the mother will be complete. This prophecy that the woman made centuries ago could not be understood by my ancestor, yet they passed it down to me nonetheless because they knew it would hold meaning in the future. I can now see that the mother of all humanity is what we call today Africa, and over the millenniums, through colonization, conversion to outside religions, and slavery, Africa has been brought low before the nations of the world. These other nations, who are the biological children of Africa, have ravaged Mother Africa for thousands of years, and it would seem, based on the prophecy, that Africa was the first to ravage and enslave other groups, quite possibly neighboring tribes, or even maybe the other hominids like Neanderthal and Denisovan. When the woman spoke of the great bear being forged in ice and blood, I am sure this is a reference to Russia, and the two leaders called by the same name are no doubt Vladimir Zelensky and Vladimir Putin, whose two first names are eerily similar. The woman said that both men were part of the bear, yet one is not, pointing to the fact that at one point in history, Ukraine was a part of Russia, but when the Great War will be fought, they will be two distinct nations. I am convinced that these things spoken of by a slave woman on a plantation in the South were speaking directly about the Russian-Ukrainian war, and it is this war which will mark the beginning of the end of the judgment of Africa. Watch events in Africa closely as these two nations engage in war while the whole world watches, and look to see if Mother Africa begins to finally come out from under oppression. And so, the morning motivation of the day is the slave who predicted the Russian-Ukrainian war. Today, even though you may be going through a particularly tough time in life, and it may seem like you have been struggling for years, just know that the end of your suffering is just on the horizon. Sometimes our own bad behavior is the reason why we must go through a particular trial, and after we atone and change our ways, we will be blessed with abundance and prosperity. So, hold on just a little while longer as the last of your rain clouds fade away. Embrace the sunshine that is moving into your life at last, and always strive to do that which is good. And remember, you are awesome, you are amazing, you are wonderful, and you are great. And you are going to change the world. I just hope I'm still alive to see it, family. I'm out. Good morning. To order books in the Morning Motivation with Matthew Daniels book series, search Morning Motivation with Matthew Daniels on Amazon, or visit www.dandyandbigherm.com.